It is my hope that you are fine. I'm also fine and just relaxing under a tree, just listen to the beautiful songs of the birds. And as I sit here, as I was going through the papers, the three dailies, the Star, the Standard, and the Daily Nation, I came across a story of Rigathi Gachagua almost giving up on the cartels that are in the coffee industry, that are giving him sleepless nights. In fact, he fell short of saying that he had given up, kwamba wamejaribu, na akasema kwamba walikuwa wanataka kumhoga kwa mabilioni ya pesa pamoja na Mithika Linturi, lakini akakataa katakata. The question that beg answers is, who is this person, or who are these people that they keep on telling us about cartels? Why is the government being overpowered or outwitted by the cartels? Tunajua vizuri sana Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya has all the instrument of power behind him. The National Intelligence Service is there for him. The military is there for him, with all the arsenal, with all the might. So why should the government tell coffee farmers that the cartels are overpowering them? And if that is the case, what is the poor farmer expected to do? Mtu wa kawaida, mama boga atafanya nini? Mtu ambaye analima kahawa atafanya nini ikiwa serikali imewezwa na the cartels? I want to come out very clearly and explain to you guys who the cartels are. Hawa watu ambao serikali inawaambia wa Kenya that they are trying to fight them, and they are fighting back. The cartels are fighting back, and they have taken over the coffee industry, and that is why wakulima wanalipwa shilingi 49 shilling per kg. So who are these cartels? If you ask me, the government knows the cartels, and they are the part of the government. They are part of the system. They are the ones that finance these leaders, and they were financed when they were vying for offices. Huo ni ukweli wa mambo. Kwa hivyo what the government is trying to do ni kujaribu kuonyesha wa Kenya kwamba wanajaribu kung'ang'ana na hawa watu. But what I know about politicians is that they are funded or they are financed by some businessmen who are very rich, and they come up with agreements kwamba ukishida you give us this and this. Ukishida tutafanya hivi na hivi. So for Gachagua to tell Kenyans that the cartels has taken over the coffee industry and the government is unable to do this, then that government has no business being, because if you ask me, a government that cannot protect its people has no business being in power. A government that cannot stop the cartels has no business being in power. I think it is high time that Kenyans come to realize that the cartels are part and parcel of the government, and that is why the Gachagua is buying time akijaribu kuambia watu hawa, kwa sababu kama anajua vile wanafanya. Why are they not arrested? Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot hide in Kenya. Where are they? And even if they are not in Kenya, wherever they are, why can't they be stopped? Kwa sababu if you go to Dadora coffee mills, jamoja ambalo utapata pale, the factories are actually grinding to a halt. Hakuna chochote ambacho kinaendelea pale. Huo ndio ukweli wa mambo. Mkulima anazidi kulalamika, and if mkulima anazidi kulalamika, what does Gachagua want the Wanjiku to do? Sasa Wanjiku watafanya nini ikiwa Gachagua amewezwa? Sasa ni nani ambaye anawezana na watu kama hawa? Ni nani anawezana? But again, The other reason why we are being told it is the cartels and they are almost unable to deal with them is because some of these people are also their friends. Others are their relatives, very close. Because you see, wengine kwa sababu watu nimesema mara kwa mara, wamekuwa wakituambia mara kwa mara hii serikali ni yetu. Ndio serikali ni yetu na ni ya Wakenya wote. Lakini jambo moja ambalo tunajua kuhusu haya ambayo wanatuambia kwamba Kenya ni yetu, ndio ni yetu, hatukatai. But you know they are shareholders. Truth be told, they are preferential shareholders who owns the company. The company is Kenya. Na kuna wale ambao wanatazamwa wakiwa kwa bali, wanakula mabaki, makobo, the leftovers. That is the truth of the matter. Lakini sasa, if this is the case, what should be done? What should be done? I think, ladies and gentlemen, you can also put your comment here and tell us whom you think these cartels are. Because if you ask me, these are part of the system. These are powerful people who cannot be touched by the government. Unajua kuna wengine ambao huwezi ukagusa. For example, you touch them and they spill the beans. That is true of the matter. And once you touch them, because they have struggled the economy. Kwa sababu tuliona wakati ambapo Kenya Kwanza ilikuwa inafanya campaign, they were talking about state capture. Yes, they were talking about state capture. And they convinced all Kenyans that what we had is that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and his people and his family and Raila Amolo Odinga had captured the nation, had captured everything, had captured the economy. Chochote. In fact, ukiangalia utaona kwamba neno hili halikuwa na mantiki. Neno hili, it was useless name. Neno ambalo limewekwa kwenye kama liko kwenye kamusi, I've not checked, lakini kama liko pale limewekwa kimakosa, halina maana yote. Because what is state capture, ladies and gentlemen? Because what we know is that these people are doing business with the government, which is wrong in my view because of the conflict of interest. How do you expect people who are in government to continue doing business with the same government? Kusema ukweli ni kwamba wengine ni wale ambao wanapeleka bidhaa, wanaziendea bidhaa zenyewe, zinauzwa tena, and they can do it 100 times. That is the way these guys operate in government. And it happens in most African governments. Because you see, shida moja ambayo Africa tuko nayo is that we have very corrupt leaders. Very corrupt leaders. And when they are that corrupt, you don't expect much from them. You don't expect much from them. Unajua vizuri sana wakati ambapo William Samoei Ruto alimpatia Rigathi Gachagua hilo jukumu to bring the changes in the coffee industry. I think he knew what he was doing. But I strongly believe that there was a reason because labda hawa watu anawajua vizuri sana. Na ukijiuliza kwa nini alimpatia Rigathi Gachagua, yet we had a minister. Why did he give them Gachagua, yet we had a minister? Was he setting Gachagua to fail, or was he trying to expose Gachagua to these cartels? Kwa sababu kulingana vile Gachagua anasema, kama walikuwa wanataka kumhoga, na pia watu walikuwa wanataka kumhoga huyu nani, Mithika Linturi, ati wakakataa, na Gachagua akasema that he and William Samoei Ruto, they are not going to give in. Lakini William Samoei Ruto hajasema alikuwa anataka kuhogwa, hajasema. So why is Gachagua invoking the name of the president kwa kazi ambayo amepewa? Mbona asifanye kazi yake? So who are these guys, ladies and gentlemen, who can actually scare the government? That is a big question in this video. People who don't fear the government, people who don't care. Kwa sababu ukiangalia vizuri sana utaona hani watu wa kuogofya kama wapo. Otherwise, the government is telling lies to Kenyans. The government is not telling us the truth. Kwa sababu mimi naamini ya kwamba serikali ikiamua itabomoa mlima Kenya, ipite kusema kwa mfano Othaya, upite utokee ile side nyingine ya Nyahururu, itaweza. In fact, serikali inaweza chochote kile. The only thing that the government can do is to resurrect a dead body. But it can resuscitate a dead a body. But what we know, it cannot return back life. Lakini sasa mambo mengi, serikali ina pesa, serikali ina kila kitu. You cannot convince Kenyans that the cartels are the ones who are leading this country. Because what if they capture, if the cartels now waigie now buge, so kwa mfano waigia buge, how is parliament going to operate? Suppose now they entrench themselves in state house, how is the president going to operate? Are you telling us this country is under cartels? That's a big question that we are asking. And the cartels, why is Gachagua and his team, because I understand he was given able men, people who can be able to understand. Because here, what I think is that Gachagua does not understand the coffee industry. Although he himself, I understand, is also a coffee farmer. I think he doesn't understand what transpires in this sector. Kwa sababu ukiangalia utaona kwamba kuna makosa mengi ambayo yamefanywa, and haya makosa yameigiza siasa, na siasa hizi ndizo ambazo zinafanya mkulima wa kawaida, mkulima kahawa azidi kuumia. He is going to solve this problem, ladies and gentlemen, kwa sababu hapa kuna tatizo kubwa sana. Mpaka sasa ndio unaona sasa wakulima kiamka mapema, kama nilivyosema wakati mwingine, wanaamka mapema kwenda kungoa kahawa, na it is not something that is very pleasing to the eyes, not something that is appealing to the eyes to see people uprooting coffee, kwa sababu wengi walisoma kwa pesa ambazo zilipatikana na kahawa, wengi wamelelewa na hizi pesa, na tunajua vile ambavyo watu wanachukulia mimea hii kwa uzito sana. So when Gachagua tells that that they are almost despairing, giving us a state of hopelessness, then we have lost it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what you think, but from where I sit, I can see a problem when it comes to this sector, and I don't think Gachagua is equal to the task. Kindly remember to like this video, can share the video, and maybe you can find us also what is happening in that sector. Bye-bye.